Hey y'all, it's like 5:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 7th here, Sunday afternoon, June 2020. We're here at the wealthy spot. See all the ferns are growing up down there. And the grass is growing up around here. It's like that all up and down the trail. It's growing. And there's not a crew or anything, and there's not enough traffic to trample it down like there used to be. And there's not a crew to mow it down. You can tell it used to be mowed down. It's got the uniformity of grass. At one time, somebody brought a deck mower back here and did a couple passes, made it look civilized. Yeah. I haven't drank anything since, this year at all, alcoholic-wise. And today it's like I'm so discombobulated that I feel drunk, Okay, we came here and sat for a little while. Then got up and walked the loop over there. And there's little kids over at the playground over there. There's like 2 or 3 playgrounds here behind the school. And there's like monkey bars way down that way and shit. And there's a bunch of kids over there. We walked around the loop, and I kind of made a mental, spiritual agreement that if Aslan walked back over here, then I'd walk back over and sit down. And if we did come back over here, then I'd pull this camera out and take a stab at, delivering something, anything beneficial, No, you don't want to get too far, buddy. You want to stay close, because I can't see you in that shit. Stay vicino. Thank you. That means stay close in Italian. He knows a few Italian commands, like mi segui, come with me, or are you with me? Andiamo, which is come on, let's go. And stai vicino, and stai a destra, which is stay left, I'm pretty sure, or stai a sinistra. It's one of those two. The other ones stay right. Yeah, he knows those, and actually responds to them pretty good. Seems like better than English. Like when I go, come on, when I slip and do that, it's like he just like resists more. When I'm like andiamo, he's like he almost like it makes him want to get with me and start walking. Yeah, he got on our walk yesterday. He walked right under my foot as it was coming down, and got stepped on a little bit. And it's like, yeah, see, he keeps Scooby-Dooing me. I couldn't see him under my foot until I felt him, and then he was scurrying out from under my feet. It's like, yeah, you need to stay where I can see you. I'm kind of old and clumsy now, and it's like I'm not watching for a dog right up underneath me, That ain't where you're supposed to walk. I'm feeling it this weekend, man, the loneliness, And I was walking, like kicking it with the Lord about the loneliness in the circle of the loop back there. He didn't try and go up in the woods or nothing today. He's feeling the loneliness today, too. He doesn't feel rambunctious today at all. And he's just like, you noticed yesterday too, the weekend, it feels really lonely for some reason. There's not a lot of foot traffic to distract from it, where it's like you feel the camaraderie of at least other people out. There's just like there's hardly anything happening. Nobody that's really like us out, or to associate with. I was kicking it with God about that, it's like, damn, man, it's so fucking lonely, I'm here, I'm walking my dog by myself, I'm grateful for it and all that, moment of true wealth, but I could be sharing it with somebody, we could be going up a trail or something, a 2-track, anything. It's like, and the comeback in the spirit is like, well, how do you think the prophets felt, Their families were against them, regarded them as heretic and schizophrenic and bipolar and shit, mental issues. And the church regarded them, you know, the church was afraid of them because, well, you know, they were implants. So it's like, yeah, well, the doctrine they were following was, you know what I'm saying? It's like all the top dogs of the church was against the prophets. It seems like in every era, you never had the church really rolling with the prophets. You'll notice there was always like the prophets were standalone entities that actually stood for the real God, while the church, you know, the temple, whatever, scribes and all that, they actually stood against God, you know, and taught people to like be religious but ungodly at the same time. And, you know, believe it or not, Christ did not defeat those entities or get rid of them. And you know, the evidence is there. We've talked about the evidence, and it's like now everybody, you know, if you take classes to become a minister, you find out about this. Everybody's being taught to work the system that it answers to entities above them, you know. Even if you're non-denominational, you answer to the system, you see. And I don't know how many of you follow, like, you know, it used to be news, it's now just propaganda. Because, well, you know, if they told you that you were in danger from this thing, you know, this illness that they wanted to close everything down for, if they told you that it was real or that people died from it, they lied to you. It's propaganda. So everyone was involved in it, including your celebrities who lied to you, right? So it's like, but if you have watched it, then you know, you see what I'm talking about. And it's like they're against, you know, what we stand for, which ultimately is for, you know, God's will to be done by, you know, animals and the helpless and, you know, all people. And you know, there's a lot of us we're kind of helpless. I forgot what I was going to say about the TV propaganda shit, because I digress so bad. See, I do that, especially in one of these fugue states, you know. Today and yesterday I've been battling, like, I don't know, just for the physical aspect of my life, to be able to do it, you know. And it really grieves me to waste days that I could be spending with somebody, you see. And I could be doing more. I could be trying to grow. I could be trying to have things a little different and, you know, foster and foment different energy than what's getting fed into me, you see. I mean, even the dog can feel it. That it's just, it's kind of lonely this weekend for some reason. And it's like, you know, not a whole lot of text or anything today to distract me from it. You know, sometimes the texts don't distract from it, they just like distract from it. You know what I'm saying? Momentary distraction. It's like, well, if I was in a more congested area where there's more people, I imagine it'd be easier to find somebody. I did run an ad for 1 week in the Northern Express. I don't know if it'd get seen. Cost $10 for an ad that almost says nothing, man, you know? It's like you gotta try and say a whole lot with a very few characters, or you're spending a lot of money, you see. And you know, I don't want to invest a lot of money or do a hard sell on something that, you know, someone should want anyway. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is getting it out to the person that should want it, so that, hey, they know it's available, and hey, wow, that's exactly what I'd like to do. I'd like to drive this old dude around, get high with him, and, you know, help him out a little bit with his ministries if I can, or just like be there, and, you know, and and play some music, you know, and learn how to play guitar, or, you know, have them produce me and get my shit online selling and shit, you know, because, you know, someone else might fare better than I do. You know, I've got a lot of sabotage. There are literally entities who don't want me to succeed, who have tried to close down my music shit in a number of ways. There's kids behind us now at that part of the park. So we're gonna cut it short so that they don't hear us and we don't hear them, and I'm not pirating audio from little kids because I don't like to do that. But yeah, I do have people, you know, relatives that, and you know, they've married into, well, not married in, but like they brought in, where like what they've attracted is parasite, hateful entities like them who ride with them, you know, and they think that they've got the right to judge and tear shit down and burn shit down. So they have come against my music, and that's why y'all's support has been, you know, I've been so grateful for it. It's because, like, well, you're the only real defiance against it. Here I got, you know, the White Devil Brigade that I'm, you know, I'm related to, fighting against my success like retards, because, well, hey, you know, your breadcrumbs from my table falls in your fucking lap, retard. You're dumb. You could be rich, stupid, you know, you and the women that worked with you to close it down. Think I don't know about the two stupid, decrepit fucking goddamn gargoyles you had help you? Yeah, if you see this, I know about you, bro, and I know what you did, and I know what they did. And, you know, what goes around comes around. So you fucked with my money, eventually yours will be fucked with, or something will be fucked with. You know, maybe your minions will get took out. They're kind of old, you know. It don't take much for them to have a heart attack or something like that. You see, for God to just decide, hey, you know, I don't want him to have these minions to help him do this shit no more. And then you're fucked, because, well, one woman is so close to none. You find out when you only had one, and then she's gone, and then there's none. And if you ain't got a license and you're relying on that woman, see how cocky you are? Rise against the things God has people doing. You see, you're dumb, you know. Trying to create legacy money for the family and shit before I die. You should be behind that. You should be promoting it in every way fucking possible, instead of, you know, hating against it and being a little bitch about shit because you don't want to do shit, because you can't be imposed upon to show up at a studio unless there's like a crack rock there or some heroin now, right? I mean, you know, I don't know what a motherfucker's into now. Whatever the latest thing is, that's what they into now, you know. It's just motherfuckers like that, yo. I don't know. You try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you talk to them, and you give them stuff, and it's like casting pearls before swine. With my family, it has always been like that. The only one who's shown anything different about my music is, well, there's two now. There's my little half-brother Marky, who doesn't have all the tainted blood that we have, and does have some mentality about, hey, that's my brother, I should be proud of him, you know? And then my sister recently, you know, it's like one of my sisters recently checked out my music and was totally dumbfounded. She actually thought I hired music acts to do my music, you know, so it's like, wow, that's a statement. I must have did some good shit or did something right for somebody to think that I hired professional musicians, you see. Well, I did used to be a professional musician who could play multiple instruments. I'm not stage ready at any capacity now, and I never was stage ready for some instruments. Like, you know, I couldn't like play bass or keyboards on stage. Probably I could probably do bass, but you know, so I'd be like a virgin bass player if I hooked up with somebody as their bass player now. A bass player with lead guitar abilities, you know, it's like, fuck, that would be really interesting. The runs that I could do if we were doing the right kinds of music with a real drummer that actually, you know, there's like, you know, all that stuff to work with. Okay, what are we at to? 14:07? Okay, I guess we're done here. The kids heard me talking then under this camera and they got all quiet and shit. They're still over there playing though. But it's almost like they decided they were interested, or maybe they just got done saying what they were going to say. So, yeah, I'm still plugging away, and I'm grateful to you guys for giving me the incentive. And I'm grateful to my sister for checking my shit out and actually, you know, finding something in my shit that she likes, you know, that there was actually a song or two that she liked, you know, and even liking one of my songs. It's more than I can ask, you see. I'm finding out from a lot of people. So, alright, y'all. Y'all have a blessed one.